In today's video, we will learn how to create responsive navigation bar using HTML, CSS and JavaScript. My goal with this channel is to post videos on different topics every week. This will help you to become a full stack developer. It's important to keep watching this step-by-step tutorial until the end. Here on the screen, you can see the responsive navigation bar on the top, which has the logo and menu items that have over animation effects. And next to this, there is a moon icon. Clicking it will change the theme from light mode to dark mode and icon from moon to sun. It is visible on the screen that the styles are changing, and again we can switch back from a dark theme to light theme and the icon will automatically change. As I mentioned, this is a responsive navigation bar. We can see that when we switch screen resolution. I will switch the screen resolution from laptop view to tablet view. Once we switch the resolution, the menus are collapsed and we have a option to reopen them. And here we can see the same animation effect. On any screen size, it is possible to change the themes. Once we click this, we'll get the theme switch here and we can able to expand and close the menu item. This will work for all the resolution. Once I switch back to the laptop, the menus are expand and the animation effect will be the same. Before starting this tutorial video, I would like to introduce myself as Sharat Chandar K. Most of you are watching my videos without subscribing. So please subscribe to our channel and like this video to encourage me. Let's build our own. On my desktop, I have already created a project folder name called Responsive Navigation Bar. Let me open this into a Visual Studio Code. I will drag this directly into a Visual Studio Code and Visual Studio Code will automatically loads all the file inside it. Inside the directory, I have already created a three different files name called index.html, style.css and script.js. And we are going to add the HTML boilerplate inside the index.html. For that, we have a embed abbreviation to type exclamation mark and hit enter. It will automatically create a HTML boilerplate and then we'll change the title to responsive navigation bar by Sharat Chandar K. And then we'll link other two files inside the header tag. So for that we have a embed abbreviation to link the style.css. Link colon CSS. If it enter, it will automatically create a link tag with the href of style.css. And then I will link other file called script.js. For that we have another embed abbreviation called script colon src. If it enter, it will automatically create a script tag with source attribute and we need to manually type the script file for us script.js and then we'll add the differ keyword here. Differ is a boolean keyword. This will help us to load the script file once the page has paused the loading and then we'll add the HTML element inside the body. So inside the body we'll add the nav element here with the abbreviation of NAV. If it enter, it will automatically create a nav element here. Inside that, we are going to add the header. With the embed abbreviation header, it enter. It will create a header and inside that we are going to add the logo. For that, I will create a span tag with the help of class. We can say logo. If it enter, it will create a span tag with the class attribute with the value of logo. Inside that, we are going to add the logo. For that, we'll use the href a with enter. It will automatically create a href of blank and will mention JavaScript void with 0. And then we can say your logo. Now let us see our HTML file in action. For that, in Visual Studio Code, we have an extension called Go Live. Once we click this, it will automatically run our project into the default browser. I will split the screen so we can see our design as well as the code. Here inside the header, we are going to add the menus. For that, we are going to add the div with the help of class. We can say menus. If it enter, it will create a div tag with the class attribute with the value of menus. And then inside that, we are going to add the menu items. So for that, we are going to use the unordered list UL with class of nav links. If it enter, it will create another list with the class attribute with the value of nav links. And inside that, we are going to add the li. So we are going to add the 5 menu items. So for that, in the Visual Studio Code, we have a embed abbreviation li asterisk with 5. If we hit this, it will create a 5 li tags, or we can say first li as home, and we can hit tab, and then we can say blog, and then we can say resume, and again we'll tab, and we can say about, and it will tap and contact. And if I save, it will automatically affected into the default browser. That is how our live server will work. Now we'll style this menu with the help of style.css. So I will jump into the style.css. We are going to add the styles for all element with the help of asterisk. Asterisk is an wildcard. With the help of this, we are going to set margin and padding set to 0 for all element. Margin 0 px and then padding 0 px, and then we'll say box sizing, border box, and then font family. We'll add pop-ins, and we'll add the transition all for 0.4 seconds and easy, and we'll add the import URL for the pop-ins. If I save, now you can able to see the design with transition, and then we'll add the background color to the body. So for that, we'll add the styles to the body with the help of body selector, and we'll set the height 100 VH. VH is an viewport height, and then background color will set to white. If I save, now you can able to see this design, and then we'll add the styles to the name. We can directly set to this particular element. We have a selector with name. We'll set the background color to blue color. If I save, now you can able to see the blue color, and then we'll set the height of 70 px, and now we'll add the styles to the header. So again with the header selector, we'll set the position to relative, height of 100 percentage, and then max width to 1000 px, and then width to 100 percentage, and then we'll set the margin 0 and auto, and then padding inner spacing of 0 and right and left for 30 px, and then we'll set the display flags to set the item center of the screen, and then align item center, then justify content space between. If I save, now you can see this header in the center of the screen, and now we need to decorate this your logo. So for that, with the help of header selector, and we'll say a, because we have added this your logo inside this a element, right? And then we'll remove the text decoration to none. It will remove the underline over here, and then we'll set the font size to 25 px, and then font weight 500, and then we'll set the color to white. If I save, now you can able to see the logo design here, and then now we'll set this nav items. For that, we have already added a nav links here, and I will add the styles to this nav links with, we'll set the display flags and align item center. If I save, now you can able to see the nav links center of the screen, and then we'll remove this dot. So for that, nav links li will set the margin top and bottom 0 and 5 px for right and left, and then list style will set to none, and then we'll set overflow hidden. If I save, now you can able to see that we have removed the dot, and we have added a space to this. And right now this is as a text. We need to change this to a clickable event, right? So I will jump to the index.html, and will add the href here, hash, and we'll paste this. If I save, now you can able to see this, and then we need to do the same for other element too. I will copy the same, and I will paste it here, and I will move this inside the link. Now if I save, now you can able to see this. Now we need to style this. Again, I will jump to the style.css with the help of this selector, and I will add the a. This will applicable for all the elements for the styles. So I will set the position to relative, then font size to 17 px, and then font weight to 400, and then padding inner spacing should 10 px, and then display will set inline block, and then we'll set the letter spacing to 1 px. Now if I save, now you can able to see this. I will reduce this further, and then we'll add the icons to the theme switching. So for that, I will jump to the index.html. We need to add the icons with the help of font awesome. So I will add the font awesome CDN here. We'll get this font awesome CDN online. So we can set font awesome CDN. If we check like this, we'll get the CDN. With the help of this, we can get the icons. So I will use the CDN, and then I will add the icons next to the menus. So again, I will add the div dot dark light with the help of class name, and then inside that we are going to add that icon. So I will go to the font awesome website. I am using 4.7 and will check for sun. If you find this, we will get this. If we click this, we will get the I element here. We can copy it and we can paste it here. And then we can find for moon. Yeah, we have a moon 2 here. And again, we can copy this and we can paste it here. If you save, now you can able to see the icons here. Here you can able to see the icons. So we need to add the styles to this. I will remove this. Again, I will jump to the style.css. So we are going to add the styles with the help of dot light. This is as a class. As we know, we are going to add with the dot with the dot light. And then I will set the height of 40 px, and then width of 40 px. And then we'll say display flags. This should be center of the div, and then align item center, then justify content center, and then we'll set the margin 0 and 5 px to top and bottom. If I save, now you can able to see this. This should be center of the screen, right? Now we'll add the styles to this each icon. So for that, with the dark light, and we'll say I, because we have the element of I, because we are going to add the styles with the help of I element. And then we'll set the position absolute, and then we'll set the cursor to pointer. We'll set the color to white, and then font size 22 px, and then we'll set the transition all 0.3 second, and yes, now you can able to see both as merged and it is in the same place. Whenever we are in the light mode, we need to show the moon. Whenever we are in the dark mode, we need to show the sun. So for that, again I will add the styles to the each element. So with the help of class, I will add a subclass to this sun, and I will say this as moon. And I will jump to the style.css and add dot sun with the subclass. Sun opacity to 0, and then pointer event set to none. Now if I save, now you can able to see only the moon. While clicking this, we need to switch the styles to dark and light. Whenever we have a screen resolution is reduced, that time we need to collapse this menu and we need to show the icons to expand, right? So for that, I will jump to the index.html. We'll add the icon to here. We'll find the icons menu. Here it is. We have find the icons with the help of menu. We can say this is a bar. So inside the header, if I add this, if I save, here now you can able to see this. This will be shown whenever we have responsiveness. So for this, I have add subclass called Sidebar open. We need to style this. Again, I will jump into the style.css. So I will add a styles, and I can say cursor to pointer, and then say color to white, and then font size to 25 px, and then we'll set the padding to 5 px. If I save, now you can able to see this. For the load, we are going to disable this. For that, I will set display to none, important. If I save, now you can't able to see that. The icon should be display whenever we have this resolution size. So for that, with the help of media query, we are going to enable this. So with the help of media query, I will add a at media and then we'll say the max width to 790. If this is present, and then we'll save the side navbar open to display block. If I save, I will change the resolution to important. Now you can able to see this. If I switch to the laptop, now you can able to see that icon. Again, I will switch back to the tablet. Now you can able to see that icon. Whenever this present, this menu item should be disabled, right? So for that, we have already added a class with the div with menus. With the help of menus, I will say position to fixed and then I will set height 100 percentage and then we'll set width of 320 px and then we'll set the left minus 100 percentage. We'll change the top to 0. If I save, now you can't able to see that. Whenever it is a tablet, it is not showing. We click this, we need to open that menus, right? For that, we need to add the functionality for that. For this, we are going to add the functionality with the help of JavaScript. So for that, I will add the const declaration. I can say sidebar open because we are going to click this sidebar open. Whenever we click this, then the menu should be open, right? So with the help of const and here we are going to declare the declaration with the help of document. Document is an owner of an web page. If you want to access any element, you always start with accessing the DOM object. So with the document dot query selector, we can get this query selector with the help of class with dot sidebar open. And then we can say sidebar open dot on click. Whenever we click this, we are going to set the active to this. So for that, I will add one more declaration to the navbar. So in the same const, I will add the nav with the help of same DOM or document dot query selector with element name nav. And then inside this on click method, we'll set the nav dot class list dot add. We'll set the class to active. If I save, I will check this. If I click this, now you can able to see the class active here. Once refresh, I will click here and it will add the active here. Whenever it active, we are going to open this. So for that, again I will jump to the style.css with the help of media query. We are going to set the active class with nav.active with menus and then we'll set left minus 0 px. If I save, if I click, now the menu has popped and we need to design this. With the help of menus, we can say z index to 100 and then we'll set the background color to black. If I save, now you can able to see this. And whenever we open this, this should be in the list view, right? So for that, I will add the styles to this with the help of nav links and we'll say flux declaration to column and then padding top to 30 px. If I save, now you can able to see this and then we'll add the padding to it with the help of save nav link with li. We'll say margin top 20 px and then we need to add the icon to here. So for that again I will jump to the index.html. We'll add the separate div inside the menu. Div dot navbar toggle. Hit enter. It will create a div with a class attribute. Inside that again we are going to set the same logo here. I will copy this and I will paste it here. And I will remove the class for this. And then inside this we are going to add the cross icon. So for that again I will go to the font awesome. We'll say close. We have a close icon here and I will copy this and I will paste it here. If I save, if I hit this, now you can't see that. I need to add the styles to that. Dot new link li dot a will set the display block. If I save, nothing will happen. I need to find this. Okay, here we have the icons. We need to add the styles to this. Whenever we are in the bigger screen, this should not display, right? So for that, I will add the styles to it with the help of Navbar toggle, and I will say display none. If I save, now you can't be able to see that. Whenever we are going to the tab mode, that time we need to show that, right? With the help of media query, inside that media query, we are going to add the styles to that. With the help of Navbar toggle, and we'll say display block, and then width of 100 percentage, and then we need to set to center of the screen with the help of display flags, and then align item center, justify content space between. If I save, if I refresh, if I click this, now you can able to see the logo, but icon is missing. So for that, we need to add the subclass. For that, we have already added a sidebar open here, and here we can say sidebar close. I will copy this and I will add the styles to this. So here below this sidebar close, and then we'll say color to white, and then we'll say the font size 24 px, and then we'll say cursor pointer. If I save, if I hit this, now you can able to see this. We need to set this into the end of this, right? So I will jump here, will copy this. If I paste in outside the span tag, now you can able to see that. If I refresh, I can able to open. Once we click this, this should be closed. So again, I will jump to the script.js. In the same const, I will add this class with the help of document dot query selector, and with the help of query selector we say dot, and then we'll copy the same thing and we'll paste. We'll change the name initialization. Instead of add, I can say remove. If I save, I can open and I can close. See, you can able to see that smooth animation here, right? If I jump to the laptop view, now you can able to see this. Now we need to add the theme styles here. While clicking this, we need to change. So for that, I will go to the index.html with the doc light. I will initialize with the same const with document dot query selector. With the help of class, I will going to add the event dot on click. We'll say we'll check with console.log. We'll go here. If I click, now we can able to see this. Now whenever we click this, we need to set this color change. So for that, we need to add the colors separately. This is a very simple functionality to change the theme. With the help of root, we are going to set all the colors here. So I can say first body color to white, and then we'll set nav color to blue color 7b77, and then here we'll create one more variable with side nav color with, we can say black color, and we can say the text color as white. If I save, we need to change the initialization to the each properties. So with the help of where we can get the colors inside the root. So I will say the body color here, and then I can add the variable with nav color, and then I will set this header color to with the help of variable to text color. Wherever the color we have used, we need to change this with the help of where. Again, the text color is white. Then menus here in the background color with the variable of side nav color. If I save, now you can get this color with the help of variable. So I will insert this and I will check. Now you can able to see this color. I will go to the nav. Now we can see this nav color. If I click this, now we will get all the roots with the color values here. And now whenever we click this, we need to change the colors, right? So for that, I will jump to the script.js. We are going to add the colors with the help of body. So for that, I will add the another declaration with body equal to document dot query selector. We can directly get the body element, and then we are going to add the class to this body, and I can say body dot class list, dot, we can set toggle, and we can check dark, and then we need to remove this, right? Dark light dot class list dot toggle will set to active. If I save, if I click this, now you can able to see the class is appending to the body. If I click again, it was removing. We need to change the color with the help of this. For that, again, I will jump to the style.css. Here in the style.css, with the help of body dot dark, will directly change the color. It is a very simple functionality to changing the theme. So I can say body color to black color. Whenever it is in the dark, if I remove this, now you can able to see the difference. If it is a dark, it was directly taking the color inside this body dot dark. So we can add the styles to others. I can say the new color to hash 242526. If I save, now you can able to see this. We have colored little difference between the Navbar as well as the body color. And then I will set the side nav color and then text color too. I will copy this. I will set the side nav color. I can say the same color here. If I save, if I switch to the tablet mode, if I click this, now you can able to see this. I can able to change. You can able to see the difference between the colors. Can close and you can open this and you can able to remove this. You can set, and now the pending thing is animation to the over effect. So for that, first we'll add the bottom layer to this. So here with the help of nav link with an li, nav link with a, and we can set the styles to the before, and we can add the comma, and we can set this to after. For this, we'll set the position to absolute, and then we'll set the transition to all and 0.3 second. Yes, if I save, can't see nothing, and then now we'll set the nav link a before style. Inside this, we'll set the bottom to 100 percentage, and then we'll set left of 0, and then we'll set display block. We'll set the height to 3px, and then width of 100 percentage, and then we'll remove the content to empty, and then we'll set the background color to red. If I save, I will navigate to the home button for the A. Here, if I set here, now you can able to see the styles on top of this. Whenever we over this, we need to show that, right? So for that, I will add the nav link li over with the help of A. We'll set the transform translate y to 100 percentage. If I save, if I go this, now you can able to see the animation effect, but we have missed the content. So for that, I will add the attribute here to the home. Will say data over, and I will mention it as home. I'll use the same for others too. With the help of data over, I will change the values with the menu name. With the help of this, we are going to show the content here. If I save, now you can able to see this. And in the style.css, I will add the styles to this. We'll get that content with the help of attribute, right? Again with the nav links with a after, we'll set padding 10px, and then we'll set position to absolute. We'll set the bottom to 100 percentage. We'll set the left to 0, and here we are going to set the content with the help of attribute. We'll say data over, and then white space of no wrap. Then we'll set letter spacing 1px. If I save, if I over it, now you can able to see the design. How cool is this, right? With this animation. If I click this, now I will expand it. Now you can able to switch the design. This is not changing. See, still it is in the moon. Whenever we click this, we need to change to sun, right? We have missed that. So I will go here in the style.css. I will add the styles to that with the help of dot light dot active, because we have set this class to active. I dot sun We'll set opacity to 1 and then pointer event set to none. The same thing we'll add for the dark light dot active I dot moon. We'll set the opacity to 1 and then pointer event set to none. If I save, I will go here. If I click now, still it is displaying. So whenever we click this should be 0, right? The moon should be 0. If I save, if I click this, now I will refresh. Now you can able to see the animation here. Once we click this, you can able to see the dark and light mode here. And once we added the menu, we need to add the content here, right? So for that, I will go to the index.html. We'll add the div here with the help of container. If you click it, enter, and I will say h1 your website content here. If I save, now you can able to see this. We can style this. I will jump to the style.css.container. We'll set the padding to 50 px. Now if I click this, now you can't able to see that, right? So you can create one more root variable and say content color, and we'll add this for black. And then whenever we are in the dark mode, we can set those things to white. If I switch this, we have added this, but we have not yet initialized this. So for that, I will jump into the container and I will set the color with the help of variable, and I can say. Now you can able to see the animation here. Expand this. Now you can able to see the style. And if I switch to tablet resolution, if I click, now you can able to see this, and I can able to switch the theme, can close it, and I can switch back this. Finally, we have completed this responsive navigation bar using HTML, CSS and JavaScript. I hope this video will be helpful for you. Please like and share this video and also subscribe to my channel Sharat Chandar K to watch more videos like this one. Now I want to hear from you. If you have any questions or what JavaScript topics do you want to us to cover in future videos, drop your suggestions in the comments below. If you are interested in the JavaScript project like this, I have created and added a playlist link in the description. Please do check it out. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, keep coding and keep learning. See you in the next video. Happy coding. Bye for now. Have a nice day.